You can hear all my audiobooks, including those not shared on YouTube, by following the links below at Gumroad and Patreon. Thank you for your support. The Governance of China, Volume 4, by Xi Jinping. Part 20, High-Quality Belt and Road Cooperation. A Path of Cooperation, Health, Recovery, and Growth. Main points of the written message to the high-level video conference on Belt and Road International Cooperation. June 18, 2020. The sudden onslaught of COVID-19 represents a grave threat to the health and lives of people around the world. It has taken a heavy toll on the global economy, posing a tough economic and social challenge to many countries, developing countries in particular. To contain the epidemic, countries affected have taken robust and effective measures based on their national conditions and achieved encouraging results. While addressing the COVID-19 outbreak, many countries are also striving to revive the economy and get social development back on track. China always puts the people in their lives front and center and will do what it can to bring about an early global victory against COVID-19 and an early economic recovery worldwide. The epidemic is a stark reminder that the destinies of all nations are closely connected and we humans rise and fall together. Be it in taming the virus or achieving economic recovery, we cannot succeed without solidarity, cooperation, and multilateralism. Greater connectivity, openness, and inclusiveness are essential if we are to overcome global crises of this kind and achieve long-term development. This is where Belt and Road international cooperation can make a difference. China is committed to peaceful development and mutually beneficial cooperation. We stand ready to work with all partners to build the Belt and Road and make it a path of cooperation in addressing common challenges, a path of health for protecting people's health and safety, a path of economic recovery and social development, and a path of growth to achieve our full development potential. Let us join hands to strengthen high-quality Belt and Road cooperation and build a global community of shared future. Build a closer Belt and Road partnership. Part of the keynote speech at the opening ceremony of the Boao Forum for Asia Annual Conference 2021 via video link. April 20th, 2021. I have emphasized on various occasions that the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, is a public road open to all, not a private path owned by one single party. All interested countries are welcome to take part in cooperation and share in its benefits. Belt and Road cooperation targets development and mutual benefits and conveys a message of hope. Going forward, we will continue to work with other parties on high-quality Belt and Road cooperation. We will follow the principles of extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits and champion the philosophy of open, green, and clean cooperation. We will ensure that Belt and Road cooperation is people-centered and sustainable and meets high standards. We will build a closer partnership in health. Chinese businesses have already started joint vaccine production in BRI countries such as Indonesia, Brazil, the United Arab Emirates, Malaysia, Pakistan, and Turkey. We will expand cooperation with various parties in areas such as infectious disease control, public health, and traditional medicine to protect the lives and health of people in all countries. We will build a closer partnership in connectivity. China will work actively with all partners to promote hard connectivity in infrastructure and soft connectivity through harmonized rules and standards to ensure unimpeded channels for cooperation in trade and investment, and to develop Silk Road e-commerce. All of this is designed to ensure bright prospects for integrated development. We will build a closer partnership in green development. We will strengthen cooperation in green infrastructure, green energy, and green finance, and improve the BRI International Green Development Coalition, the green investment principles for the Belt and Road development, and other multilateral cooperation platforms to make green a defining feature of Belt and Road cooperation. We will build a closer partnership in openness and inclusiveness. A World Bank study suggests that by 2030, Belt and Road projects will have helped to lift 7.6 million people from extreme poverty and 32 million people from moderate poverty across the world. Acting in the spirit of openness and inclusiveness, we will work with all BRI participants to build the Belt and Road into a pathway to poverty reduction and economic growth and contribute to common prosperity for all. Strive for new progress in high-quality Belt and Road development. Main points of the speech at the third meeting on the Belt and Road Initiative, November 19, 2021. We must apply the new development philosophy in full, to the letter, and in all fields, and pursue high-quality, sustainable, and people-centered growth through the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. We must consolidate the foundations for connectivity, expand areas of international cooperation, and strengthen the network of risk prevention and control. To make new progress in high-quality Belt and Road development, we need to implement higher standards in cooperation, work for better deliverables from investment, ensure higher quality supply, and build stronger resilience in development. Over the past 8 years, under the strong leadership of the Party Central Committee, we have stepped up the overall planning and made coordinated progress in promoting high-quality development, fostering a new development dynamic, and advancing BRI cooperation. Committed to the principles of extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits, we have achieved significant and tangible results by strengthening hard connectivity in infrastructure, soft connectivity through harmonized rules and standards, and people-to-people connectivity. BRI cooperation has helped regions across the country to open wider to the world. More sectors have joined, and new progress has been made in opening up on the institutional level. We have made more friends across the world and found new paths of common development, realizing mutual benefit with participating countries. To further BRI cooperation, we need to work on the following. Have a clear understanding of the new circumstances we are facing. On the whole, peace and development remain the main themes of our times. The general direction of economic globalization has not changed, and shifts in the international strategic landscape are favorable for our country. This affords great opportunities for BRI cooperation. However, the international situation is becoming increasingly complex for BRI, as we face an accelerating rate of change on a scale unseen in a century. A new revolution in science, technology, and industry has led to fierce competition, while climate change, COVID-19, and other global problems have had a severe impact on society. In response, we must maintain strategic resolve and seize strategic opportunities. We need to balance development and security, domestic and international imperatives, cooperation and competition, projects in the execution and planning stages, and broader consideration and specific priorities so as to meet challenges with a proactive approach, exploit positive factors, and avoid adverse impacts. Consolidate the foundations for Belt and Road cooperation. We must expand mutual political trust and strengthen policy coordination to guide and facilitate cooperation. We must explore and establish more cooperation mechanisms and turn political consensus into concrete actions and shared vision into tangible results. We will strengthen infrastructure connectivity and build a better network that spans land, sea, air, and cyberspace. We will intensify cooperation in both traditional and new type infrastructure projects and strengthen the soft connectivity through harmonized rules and standards among participating countries. To contribute to global connectivity, we will promote unimpeded trade. We will expand trade with neighboring countries, encourage more imports of high-quality products, and facilitate free trade and investment, making trade more balanced and mutually beneficial. We will continue to expand third-party and multi-party market cooperation and cooperation with other countries in building industrial capacity. We will strengthen financial connectivity. We will work towards extensive participation by multilateral development agencies and financial institutions from developed countries in BRI cooperation. We will improve the framework for diversified investment and financing. We will encourage more people-to-people and cultural exchanges and facilitate multifaceted interaction. Expand areas of cooperation. We will foster new areas of cooperation and strengthen cooperation in health, green development, the digital economy, and innovation. We will continue to engage in international cooperation on COVID-19 response and offer assistance within our capacity to BRI participating countries. We will support other developing countries in the development of green and low-carbon energy, promote capacity building, share related information, and expand cooperation in eco-environmental protection and climate governance. We will increase cooperation in the digital economy by promoting Silk Road e-commerce and foster an environment favorable to this cooperation. We will implement the action plan for sci-tech innovation and strengthen international cooperation in protecting intellectual property rights so as to create an open, fair, equitable, and non-discriminatory environment for sci-tech progress. Contribute to a new development dynamic. We must coordinate a new development dynamic with BRI cooperation with a focus on building new connections and creating new drivers of growth. We will accelerate the construction of land transport routes that are safe and smooth and complement each other with their respective advantages and improve maritime transport routes so that these transport networks will give a boost to domestic and global economic flows. We must do what is needed to ensure supply chains are smoothly connected with industrial chains and to diversify sources of supply. We will complete some high-quality flagship projects. We will also launch high-quality landmark projects for improving quality of life, as this can be an effective way to increase sense of fulfillment in BRI participating countries. We must make proper plans to ensure that these projects meet the practical needs of local people and win their support. Strengthen risk prevention and control across the board. We must strictly enforce risk control systems and see that enterprises take on their primary responsibilities and relevant departments effectively perform their administrative duties. We will develop a comprehensive early warning and risk assessment platform for overseas projects that operates round the clock, services, and issues early warnings whenever necessary, while providing risk assessments on a regular basis. We must build a greater synergy between the mechanisms for security control, the fight against international terrorism, and the protection of our overseas interests. We must balance the COVID-19 response and BRI cooperation to protect the lives and health of Chinese workers abroad. We must take targeted measures to guarantee material supplies and financial support, meet the demand for labor, and ensure rotation of staff and workers stationed abroad. We should also educate and guide our citizens and enterprises working abroad to conscientiously observe local laws and customs. In addition, we should move faster to develop well-conceived laws and regulations to combat foreign-related corruption and step up efforts to eliminate cross-border corruption. Enterprises must regulate their business activities. Never will we ever allow any action that could damage China's image abroad. Any violation of the law or disciplinary norms will be subject to severe punishment. Strengthen overall planning and coordination. We must uphold the centralized, unified leadership of the party. The BRI leading group should coordinate and follow up on major plans, policies, projects, issues, and key annual tasks. Relevant departments must keep BRI-related work high on their agenda and shoulder their responsibilities in implementing overseas projects and controlling risks associated with them. Local governments must be clear about their roles in promoting the BRI. It is important to cultivate public opinion favorable to BRI cooperation. We can do so through communication and outreach, explaining the philosophy, principles, and operating mechanisms of the BRI, and telling accurate and engaging stories of BRI cooperation. End of Part 20.